friends, I wish to welcome you once more to Jim Duruchi Television, where we are broadcasting from our little studios, Rise Up Studios in Bungoma, Western Kenya. It is a privilege to be alive in our day. Sometimes I ask myself, what would my role have been had I been alive in the days of Jesus? I look at the crowds that are following Jesus and beholding the miracles with their eyes. And I see them again following him up and being fed by him after listening to those glorious words with authority and conviction that were preached to them from the Lord himself. And I follow them up to Jerusalem, and I see them standing in the mighty assembly where a decree is just about to be passed about this man who is qualified for the crucifixion. And I get very heartbroken seeing them shouting, "Crucify him, crucify him. We want Barabbas, we want Barabbas." I sometimes think, had I been there, I would have shouted, "Don't crucify him. What wrong has he done? Don't crucify him. Leave him alone, leave him alone, leave him alone." See, when I get into scriptures, I leave my table and I leave my environment and I fly. My spirit goes over 2,000 years ago, and I become one and the same with the scripture so that I can understand it by heart, because the distance between the spirit to the heart is very minimal. And unfortunately, I discover I wasn't there 2,000 years ago. But I'm here now, 2,000 years later. I'm alive and in a country called Kenya. Kenya is one of the African countries. Some people think that Africa is one huge country. No, Africa was subdivided into over 50 different countries way back in 1886, 1887 in France. And I was born here in 1977. I'm now 40 years old. And why am I alive and born in Kenya? Listen to where I'm coming from. I'm coming from a heritage of Christianity. Kenya is over 80% Christian, 80. It's only 20% that is out of Christianity. But 80% of Kenyans are actually Christians. When there is a form that you need to fill in, there's a place for religion, you'll hear Christianity, Christianity, Christianity from 80% of any crowd wherever you are. This is where I was born 40 years ago. And just about up to 10 years ago, we were not able to reach out to the world through technology. I wouldn't have reached out to you. Maybe I would have written a letter that took months, because letters that were being written by my father to his friends in the UK, in Australia, took 6 months. So it was such a tiresome, tedious, snail process to connect to the rest of the world. But look at me today seated here from the opposition zone, because I reside in the western part of the country where it's perceived to be an opposition zone. And I come from a community called the Luhia community. And this is a community that has been in the opposition right from independence from the British 54 years ago. So naturally, politically, the government of the land would never afford me an opportunity to reach out to you. I wouldn't be afforded this chance. And indeed, to prove that, with all the work I have tried to do, I've sent in dozens of proposals for funding, and I did not even receive a regret. They don't even respond back to me. But look at what God has done through the times. In the morning I saw one photo through Facebook, and it's a memory that Facebook shares. And it's a 7-year-old memory where we were feeding the children. And the thought that came to my mind is that, oh Lord, for 7 years you have made provision without them doing it, without them favoring me, without them smiling back at what we are trying to do. And yet you have been so faithful, and you have made provision. You have knit us with the right people, and you have done this, oh God. I'm so thankful to Him for what He has done for us.